Alright, here I am with my very first video tutorial on Photoshop. I've been getting a lot of comments and emails due to the video that I made like a couple of weeks ago. It's called Photoshop Extreme Touch-Up, and the emails consisted of questions asking me how I did certain things. Now, I replied to all those emails that I received and comments that I was actually going to make a series of little tutorials explaining how I did what and what I use and tips and such. So I'm actually going to start with that. Now, what we're going to learn in this tutorial right here is actual body shifting. Now, it's a technique that the magazine companies use to make the woman's body look the way it supposedly should be in their eyes. Even though I do not believe in fabricated body types, but it's something that they use to appeal to the women to make them strive to look better and such. Call it motivation, call it fake, call it what you must. It happens to work a lot. Alright, now we're going to duplicate this actual background layer into two different duplications. So you should have 3 layers, right, including the background. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Filter, and then you're going to go to Liquify. What we're going to be doing in liquefying is we're just going to make her waist a little smaller and just work with little areas of the body that you think that need improvement. Now, there's nothing wrong with the model's body. Her body is actually very nicely sculpted and such, but just for tutorial reasons, I'm actually going to warp it up a bit. Now, you're going to pick a brush that pretty much complements her curve right here, since we're going to be working on this area right here. You're actually going to pick the forward warp tool. What you're going to do is you're just going to start right in the middle, kind of push in a bit. Just a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy. Last thing you need is having her look like a stick figure. Alright, now you see this part right here, we're going to bring that in. So we're going to click on that, just bring it a little bit in. As you can see, she has extremely, what a mistake there. As you can see, she has an extremely small waist all of a sudden, and it looks a little unrealistic. So feel free to work with certain areas that you believe need to be thicker than the others. As you can see. Alright, now that we got this done, if you want to make, let's say, the breast bigger, which obviously she doesn't need done, but like I said, for tutorial purposes, you're actually going to click on the bloat tool and pick a size brush that is, I'd say, a little bigger than her breast. Yes, I said breast, not boob, since it's not correct to say boob on YouTube. Alright, so we're just going to do little clicks and just drag around certain areas. Ooh, that's a little too big there, looking like Jenna Jameson. Alright, just little clicks. That's actually pretty good. There you go. As you can see, her breasts are a little bigger, magically. Alright, well, now that we sculpted the actual body, while it saves into the new image, you can play around with these objects. You could use a liquefying tool, you can use a regular smudge tool, but then again, the smudge tool takes away the quality of the actual picture. Now, you can actually see the big difference of what we exactly did. Made her breast bigger, her waist a little smaller. We made her bottom a little bigger, gave her a little apple bottom, and you can play around with everything. Alright, well, next tutorial will be teaching you how to warp the face. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to email me at the address I have posted. Alright, thanks for watching.